do you know when you should get into a relationship with somebody or whether you should get out of it or whether, you should just keep it casual? So for me, it's always really simple. When I first get into hanging out with somebody, I don't presume relationship, dating, or sex. So it's actually fascinating. I went on a date the other day, and literally when I went on the date, I said to the other person, just so you know, I'm not looking for a relationship. It was the very first thing I said. I'm not looking for a relationship. I am looking for someone to occupy some time in my calendar and to go on some cool adventures. So if you have space in your diary, I have space in my diary. I want to do fun things. It might turn into sex, and if it does, I'm cool with it. And if it doesn't, I'm cool with that too. And they looked at me and went, that's really refreshing. And I was like, yeah, because I don't want anything from you except for us to mutually spend time together. That's it. And they were like, that sounds great. What do you want to do? And so I said, this is something I would like to do. And they said, I would like to do that thing too. Great, this is a good start. Let's do that then. And that was our very first date. We went to the movies. I was like, I want to watch a movie with somebody. My previous relationship was very hard to go to the movies, and I want to go to the movies. And so they went, cool. So we went to the movies. And so hanging out in the movies, it wasn't really about spending time with them. It was about enjoying a movie with somebody. Now, on the way to the movies, we got talking and laughing and joking. We had all this oxytocin build up, and I knew this person was a really fun person. We watched the movie. During the movie, that person's a talker. They like talking through the movie. Well, guess what? I am also a talker when it comes to movies. So this was great. So we're like watching the movie, whispering to each other about what's going on. I was so happy about it because in my previous relationship, I was like, shh, respect the movie. I'm like, ugh. Like I want to talk about it. And it was so fun to be able to like talk about what was going on screen and like guess what was happening. Quietly, of course, not upsetting everybody else. Probably upsetting other people, sorry. But it was fun. Like we got to have a great movie. And then at the end of the movie, we went to get food and the conversation just flowed. Do I want to date this person? I don't know. But it was a lot of fun. And then at the end of it, they said to me, do you want to go back to my place? And I was like, sure. And that's usually a sign like that things are going to get physically intimate. And then we went to bed together and it was great. And then we set up other dates and then we kept hanging out. At what point would I consider myself in a relationship with somebody? The point would be if I wanted to repeatedly see them. But does that mean I want to get married? Does that mean that I want to be with them forever? I don't know. There's a really powerful thing I tell people. You should never make a decision at the beginning of the relationship for the end. Just every time you go on a date with somebody, just ask yourself, are you happy? Are you enjoying it? If so, let's do it again. And you do that over and over again. Am I happy? Did I enjoy it? Let's do it again. And you keep going until the idea of not doing that sounds terrible. And so I'm at a point now with this person, I really enjoy spending time with them. They're great. And it fits really nicely into my diary. Like, it doesn't conflict with other agreements and other things I've got going on. So it's simple. This is somebody who I enjoy spending time with, and it's legitimately free time that I would just sit there doing nothing or maybe do like an extra work project. And so being with them is a lot more fun than not being with them, so I want to spend time with them. Over time, I may want to increase the time I spend with them. I may want to decrease it, but I won't make a commitment. The commitment comes far later, years later, once you've been with them long enough that you know that this is who you want to do. In my opinion, the mistake that most people make in relationships is this. So you have meet, date, official, engage, marriage, kids, right? So these are simple steps. Would you guys all agree that this is about the order? Is there anything else missing from here up to here? Right, no, good. So what happens is you meet somebody, and then when you meet them, all your friends are gonna say, when are you gonna date them? Are you guys dating? Are you official yet? So you start dating them. And then when you go on a date, they go, wow, so are you guys like Facebook official yet? Like have you made it public? Like when you date, and then you become official, you go, oh my God, you guys are such a great couple. When are you gonna get engaged? Are you gonna propose? And then you do this. And they go, oh, you're gonna get married? When's the date? When's that gonna happen? You get married. And they go, oh, you guys should totally have kids. You have some kids. What comes next?
Divorce.
Yes, divorce. So stupid. Don't rush. Don't go through the sequence of steps. It's bad. You do not want to do this. Everyone in the room knows that's what comes next. Don't do it. Don't let anyone define what's going on. Drag all this stuff out as long as possible. That's what makes it better. Don't rush it. There's no need. Just enjoy it. I absolutely have been married and divorced. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I loved it. I went through it mostly to experience what it was. The woman that I married, I literally said to my friend, the next woman that walks in the door that is a head turner, I'm marrying. A woman walked in the door, I married her. True story. That's how I met my wife. She walked in the room, she was a head turner, and I was like, that's the one I want. And so I worked on it and got married. And was it too soon? I don't think so. We waited like 2 years before we got married. So it was a good amount of time. And then, she decided she didn't want kids, and that was our break. That was when I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. If she had wanted kids, I'd have probably stayed with her forever. But throughout the entire relationship, we said the same thing over and over again. Let's not rush this. We don't have to force it. When people came up to us and said, when you guys get engaged, we're like, piss off. We don't know. We don't know if we're gonna. We did it when we wanted to. Our wedding was tiny. We went to a beach. We only invited a few friends. Kept it real small. It wasn't about everyone else. It was about us. So when do you know? When you know, that's when. It's the point when you say it is. But don't let anybody else dictate it. And if there is any doubt, if you are not sure, don't do it. Just enjoy it. Take time. There's a really fun moment. I wanted to go on a date this week with Eve, with my girlfriend, and we really wanted to go on a date. And so for 3 days, we planned to go on a date, and we couldn't get a babysitter. And at the end of the third day, I said to her, I was like, I feel so bad. I really wanted to take you on a date today, and I couldn't get a babysitter, and I'm devastated. And she looked at me and she said, we have our whole life together. Let's go next week. And that right there said everything I could ever say in a relationship. We've got our whole life together. We'll go next week. What's important is that we go next week. It's very important that we do that thing, that we actually go on the date and we spend time doing it. If we put it off forever and ever and ever, then I'm just not respecting the relationship. And then I've got to ask myself, why am I not going out my way to make it happen? But in this one-off situation, it's absolutely okay that we skipped 3 days of dating. Yeah, so that put it in perspective.